Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 18 of the Game Changers podcast. My name is Quinn, and it's a pleasure to be here with you, as always. Episode number 18 features a young lady who has a passion for all things journalism, so much so that she has used her passion in a very unique way. Her name is Abigail Gittens, and I am pleased to introduce her to you. Hello, Abigail. How are you doing?
Hello, Quinn. I am doing quite fine, thank you.
It's such a long time since we have had a conversation, and I'm happy to have a conversation with you in this setting.
Yes, me too. I'm happy to be here as well.
Lovely, lovely. So tell people a little bit about yourself, Abigail.
Well, my name is Abigail Gittens. I am from the island of Trinidad and Tobago. I am going to become an English teacher in Cambodia. I am presently in Cambodia. I love to read, write, anything to do with media. I love that as well. And that's just a little synopsis about me.
Nice. Now you said you like anything to do with media, and I know that you have a passion for journalism. I know that's something that you've always wanted to do. Spirit of disclosure. I'll just like to let you all know that Abigail and I went to the University of the Southern Caribbean together. That's how we know each other. And I know that you always had a passion for, writing. When I was the editor of the school magazine, um, you were part of the team, and I always know that you had a passion for writing, a passion for journalism. Um, why journalism though? Why this field?
Because it's a field where you're always on your feet. To me, you're always looking for the next big thing to relate to people, is you go out on the field, you come in, you write your assignment or your article or whatever is the case. If you work in TV, you write your script for television, and then you go back out again and you just get to tell a story your way.
Nice, nice. So you like the idea first of all that you can move about. It's not
A
a
stagnant job.
normal
As
like office job. You
yeah,
get to go
yeah,
out in the field, and you like the fact that it's part of storytelling.
yes. That's it
Nice,
right there.
nice. Now, I guess a good follow up question to that is, when did you know that you wanted to tell stories, that you liked storytelling?
Well, I knew that I wanted to tell stories because when I was little, I would sit in front of the television at the 7 o'clock news with a notepad and a pen, and whatever the actor would say, I would just write it down quickly on my pen, and then I would, after the news, I would just go and like repeat it to myself, like if I was telling the news.
Right, right. Wow, wow. So I see that you grew up with it as a passion of yours, and you really wanted to tell, stories.
Yeah.
So okay, so you saw this growing up. Is there anybody in particular that you saw growing up that influenced you? Like any anchor in particular?
Yes, there was one anchor named Sarah. She was really popular at that point in time. I think she probably is retired now or moved on to something greater and better. But she was the anchor back in the day.
Nice, nice. Makes sense. Makes sense. It's always important to have people like that in our lives to inspire us to do big things.
Yeah.
All right. So you started on this journey. I know. So as I said a little bit earlier, you started that journey at USC. You did English at USC.
Yes.
What inspired you to take this further? What is this next step like?
Okay. Well, for about 4 years or 4 to 5 years, I always planned to leave Trinidad. I don't know how I was doing it. I don't know what I was going to do, but I just knew I wanted to leave Trinidad. And I learned about TEFL and teaching English as a foreign language. And
Okay.
then COVID hit in 2020, I got sick, able to do anything. And for my 2 year anniversary being cancer free, I decided to leave Trinidad and go and tour the world. And my dream has always been to travel Asia. So I chose to come to Cambodia, which is right between Thailand and Vietnam. And now this grants me the opportunity to travel Asia.
Wow. Wow. So why Cambodia though? Why so far?
Because just the Asian culture, I just love the Asian culture. And my goal is to go to every continent of Asia.
Lovely. Lovely. That's amazing. So how has life been, how has settling in been for you thus far?
Well, it's kind of like Trinidad, you know. I'm in one of the
Okay.
provinces called Siem Reap, and it's actually a tourist province, and I'm only staying here for 1 month. But it has the
Okay.
largest temple in the world. So it's actually a really touristy place, but there's not a lot of tourists because COVID just ran everybody back home. So right now there's a minimum amount of people, and then to move to Phnom Penh after, which is the capital of Cambodia.
Wow. Wow.
So it's not
So,
really difficult. The roads are just like Trinidad own. They're just slightly bigger, and it's a lot of country living.
makes sense. Makes sense. I now I realize that not only you moved there, but you have started to document your process, like a good journalist, you have started, taking videos, and you started a YouTube channel, and you're, really into it. What inspired you to document your process and like create a blog? Why? Well, a vlog, I guess, because it's videos.
Mhm.
Why did you choose to do that?
Because I have never heard of a Trinidadian coming to Cambodia. Never. That doesn't mean there hasn't been. But not everyone does this. Not everybody just wakes up one day and decide, well, I'm going to move to Cambodia. So just, I want to share my experience with people, tell everybody about these opportunities because some people just think that they have to stay in Trinidad when Trinidad is a beautiful place, but right now it doesn't have a lot of opportunities for young people, you know. So sometimes you just have to go out there and make your own way.
Makes sense. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. So you see, you're charting a new path, and you want to take people along the journey with you. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So how was the, I guess, the process like? What was the process like to get yourself over there? Like, what are some of the things you had to organize? Did you need a visa? How do you get over there?
Okay. So I started everything with a company called Destination TEFL. Right. So they have their provider called TEFL Heaven. They followed me on Instagram. I did take them on for a few months, and then I decided let me see what they were about. When I looked on, they had multiple different areas where you could go, and I saw Cambodia. I decided to go there. So they linked me up with partners here in Cambodia, which they are called Destination Temple, and they teach people the right tools to become teachers and to have the correct tools to teach children. Right. So now that I am here, the whole process was settling all my debts, making sure the credit card. I had to quit my job. I had to buy plane tickets. A one-way plane ticket here is about 12,000 TT dollars 1 week. And I also had to pay for the course, which was a bit of money, which was like 1,400 US dollars. But the equipment that you are getting is worth the money, you know? And
Right.
they just really just did for you. I almost got stuck in Thailand. They almost sent me back home, but the school was just
Uh,
there for me. and they made sure I arrived in Cambodia. So it's so much. You have to make sure you also get your document legalized. you know. So you don't really have to get them legalized, but it's wise to get them legalized because you never know what may come up. You also have to get a certificate of character, a police certificate of character. I received mine today, and I applied for some months before I left. But all those things, you just never know what will happen, how it will happen. You know, so just a lot of paperwork, a lot of planning.
I got you. I got you. Wow, that seems like a serious process, but like you said, it seems like it's worth it. So that is something that I think I always say that young people especially should travel whenever they get the opportunity to experience a culture that is different from yours, even if it's not as far as Cambodia, but if like maybe it's somewhere else in the
Mexico,
Caribbean.
Mexico is big
All
for
Caribbean cultures.
Mexico is big for Caribbean people right now.
Yes, for sure. So yeah, go to Mexico. Mexico is a good option. Or even like another Caribbean country, yes, there are some similarities that you'll see, but all Caribbean countries are not the same. So experience another Caribbean culture, experience somewhere that is not your home, and
Yeah.
it will really help you grow and become a more rounded person.
I think everybody should be allowed to travel at least one time in their life, but not everybody have the money to do so because it's an expensive thing. You know, I took my savings, I did this, and I did this because it's a calculated risk. At the end, once you know how to work it, it will pay off.
For sure. For sure. And it's a risk worth taking. It's a risk worth.
Yeah.
Game Changers proudly supports Kids Health Creative, a publishing house encouraging children ages 4 to 12 to live healthy lifestyles, all while having good, clean fun. Get the latest book, Be Smart, at 10% off when you use promo code QUINNST at checkout. That's QUINNST at checkout. Get yours today. Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the episode. This episode was made possible through a platform called Riverside FM. It's a platform that I've grown to love, and it really does justice to creators. Unlike Zoom or other platforms, it records content locally and then uploads it to the cloud, so you have a seamless video. If you are a creator and looking to get into this space, this is the platform for you. Click the link down below to get started today. Want access to all things Game Changers? Here's what to do. Visit our website at www.changers758.myshopify.com. Get access to the latest podcasts. Check out our weekly chess moves. Get yourself some neat merch, and so much more. We look forward to seeing you. Log on today. Now, I know that this is not. So I spoke a little bit earlier, and I said that you're documenting your process. But I know this is not the first time you are documenting something like a personal experience. I know that there was a time when you had a form of cancer called, and you correct me if I pronounce it wrong. It's a long Hodgkin's lymphoma. Did I say correct?
Non-Hodgkin lymphoma.
Non
Yeah.
Hodgkin's. Okay, good. Right. So I know that you had that, and you decided to document your process. You really delved deep into what it was living with such a illness.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how that this experience changed your life, because everybody who I've spoken to who had cancer or even had a family member who had cancer said that it changed their life drastically, and it made them a different person. Tell me how that impacted and changed your life.
Well, I think that changed my life because I was like, I'm not taking on no shit. I'm not letting anybody stress me. Because you get cancer when you have a lot of stress in your life, and you're
Right.
not eating healthy. So, so all those things does contribute. So I eat healthy, change my diet drastically. Every morning I take my vitamin. I try to do food every morning, you know. I that like those things have put like drastic changes. I try to drink a coconut water every day when I go to the clinic. My 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 doctor is like something coconut strong and in my blood test they see that is like really high. So they could see that like my diet helping, you know. So
Nice.
whatever coconut have, I think it's antioxidant, so something along the line, and it's really high in my blood. And I just think that I almost died 2 years ago from some illness. Let me go and just do what I want to do in this life and live my life, you know, because it's only one life I have. I don't want to spend behind no 8 to 5 job and just go, take risk. You can only succeed if you take risk.
I love that. I love that. I'm seeing that it really has transformed not just the way you live your life, well, in the way you live your life in general, right? It's not just transform, like your diet, just to be careful, but it has propelled you to become a more resilient person, and I think that's an amazing trait. I also think of you as somebody with a healthy mindset. Not everybody would be able to go through something like that and, like, first of all, document it and tell the world that, hey, this is what I'm going through, because it's a very personal experience. um, Tell me the importance. Why do you think that a healthy mindset is important? And how can somebody maybe develop that?
Okay. I just think like positivity and optimism is a big thing. You can't be negative, and if you have negative around you, don't answer. Be sure of yourself, sure of what you are, always be concrete in your answers and don't let anybody sway.
I agree. That's solid advice there. So be sure about yourself, and it's not like always just simple as that, just to just say be sure about yourself.
Yeah.
But I realize, it's a process,
Mm-hmm.
and it will take time. It will take time, and changing takes time, and becoming anything that you want to become takes time. They say the fastest way to get to where you really want to be is slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always a fun process. Obviously, it wouldn't have been fun for you. But I like how you are resilient, and that you don't give up, and you refuse to let what the world, or what life put on you define you. And I think that you are a real um a beacon for people who are going through tough times. So I want to commend you on that for sure.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so. I love that. I love that. All right. So um, tell me, first of all, well, we're coming to the end of the interview. So tell me, how can somebody get in contact with you?
Okay.
If they want to speak to you, or they want to, understand, like, hear more about your story, they want to, you know, learn more about Cambodia, and your journey.
Mm-hmm.
And how can somebody get in contact?
Well, I have my Instagram. Instagram. Who am I? Who am I underscore? Abigail. And also, I have my with my boyfriend. He came with me, and our travel Instagram is Abigail and Mark. We also have our YouTube channel, which is Together Abigail and Matt. On YouTube, if you just look it up, it would right away. And we have some videos from Trinidad that we posted this week. We are working on videos of Cambodia and from Cambodia of things we have done and the video from Trinidad to Cambodia. That was just a whole process. So we're working on all those videos that are upcoming.
Lovely, lovely. So we'll definitely leave the links down to your YouTube page and your Instagram pages down below so that people can get in contact
Yes.
with you.
With any question.
Yeah, so and for sure they will subscribe to your channel
Yeah.
for sure, you know. You need to get these views and the subscriptions up.
Yes.
Okay, what would you ask or tell a young person um who wants to become like you? What would you tell somebody who wants to become just like you and wants to um become that resilient person? What advice would you give that person?
Okay. The advice I would give that person is to find something that you're passionate about and always set your goal on that, right? Don't sway. It might take it 5 years, it might take it 10 years, but it might take you 5 months. It took 4 years for me, and I always had my eye on the prize, you know? So no matter how long it will take, focus. If you have to work for a boss that's in your bad for a few years just to make that money to save, save that money because you know you have a goal and just stay focused and always do what you have to do, stay in your lane and don't study what anybody else have to tell. Because when I was coming here, people was like, you go in Cambodia, you know where Cambodia is? Because all they heard about is just this one thing that bad happened to Cambodia many years ago. Things could happen right in your home country. Could happen to you, your family, or your friends. Don't let anything in this world keep you back from doing anything you want to.
I love that. That's great advice, and I think our viewers and our listeners would take that advice to heart. You know, it's something that I think that like I said earlier on, it's something that is a process. You wouldn't just become the person that you want to be in a day. Clearly, that was not your case. You know, you had to
Mm-hmm,
work on it. You had to work through it, and
mm-hmm.
you are the person that you are now. I believe our listeners can become the persons that they want to be. Okay, so I
Yeah.
love that. All right, so we're moving on to our quick hitter questions. This
Okay.
segment is a light-hearted segment. It is a segment where you tell a little bit more about yourself, more on your personal side, more of the fun side of Abigail. Tell me a little bit about yourself. So, are you ready for this segment?
Yes, yes, I am ready.
Great. All right. So, my first question, and we ask everybody this question: Apple or Android, Abigail, and why?
Well, right now I'm Android. I'm Appleing my first Apple, but to tell you the honest truth, I rather Android. This yes, like what is Apple storage and why is it full already? At like I just got it like a month ago.
Right, right. Makes sense. Makes sense. Right. So for storage, wise, you would stick to
With
Android. I
Android.
like that. I like that. Okay. So my next question to you would be, you are invited to dinner, right? And you are allowed to take three people from history with you, and three people
Mm-hmm,
from history could have been yesterday.
mm-hmm.
Who are you taking with you?
Could it be like a family member as well?
Sure, sure. It doesn't have to be anybody like famous. There's three people from history. It's your list, so you can choose whoever you want.
Okay. I would take my sister Janine. Then I would take Meghan Markle because she loves Meghan Markle. She will absolutely die. And I would also take who's somebody I like. Um, Probably take. My mother. Oh,
That's a nice list. A nice
yeah.
list. So I think that would be a nice classy dinner. A dinner that will have some nice conversation,
Yeah.
and I think you will enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. That's a amazing list. I like that list a lot. Okay, and my final question to you, Abigail. Who would you like to see on Game Changers? Who would you like to see me interview and speak to? Whose story would you like to hear me tell?
Well, I don't know if you know Chanel Spencer. She is a singer in Trinidad. And she's really dedicated to her art. So I would really like to see her on Game Changer.
Lovely, lovely. So hopefully Shania hears this, and I will reach out to her for sure. That's a great name. I would take her down, and I would definitely reach out. Okay,
Nice.
Abigail, I want to thank you so very much for coming on with us. I always love to see my friends doing big things, and you are definitely doing big things. I love your growth. I love, since we work together at the channel, and since then I have seen that you are really elevated, and you know what you want in life, and I must commend you for reaching out and doing such big things. You are a beacon, as I said earlier on, and I only look forward to even bigger and grander things from you. The only way you can go is up from here. So
Yeah.
thank you for coming on, and all the best going forward.
Thank you so much for having me. All the best to you and the podcast.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, this has been Game Changers episode number 18. I want to thank you guys for coming on as well. Until next time, stay hungry. Bye bye.